Introduction to Azure course. Now what the course will cover is, firstly we'll start off with an introduction to Azure, understanding what it is, how it works, where it fits in today's technology environment, and how resellers and customers can both take advantage of the services that Azure offers. From there, we'll dive into the difference between the classic Azure and the new Azure, which is known as the Service Manager versus Resource Manager. So we'll show you the differences between these two methods. We'll show you why you should be looking at the more modern Resource Manager and give you a bit of an overview on how to get started with the Resource Manager side of things. We'll then dive into a very common element within Azure, the Azure Backup Service. Now, there are a number of elements within this area. There is Azure Backup for files and folders. There is also Azure Backup for applications, and potentially there's also site recovery. So we'll give you an overview of that, give you a couple of demonstrations, show you what that service is and how that can be used in different situations as required. From there, we'll look at SMB File Share. So this allows us to create mapped network drives directly to an Azure storage location, so that you can basically map an existing drive letter like a Z to somewhere in Azure for storage, just as you would on a network. We'll then go into and show you how to set up virtual machines within Azure. So again, the specs, how they connect, actually connecting to them, what's involved. So we'll do a bit of a deeper dive on the virtual machines, give you a feel for how to start replicating your existing infrastructure and allow customers to grow their needs and extend what they've got on premises into Azure virtual machines. We'll then look at how to connect these things together. So we'll look at how to connect and put virtual machines inside networking in Azure so they can all speak to each other. We'll also look at how to connect an existing on-premises network to Azure using things like the site-to-site capability that is built into Azure. So that will allow you to extend your network from on-premises into Azure and share resources between both locations. And finally, what we'll cover is a look into remote apps. Remote app is basically remote desktop services as a hosted service from Microsoft. You don't have to worry about setting up the RDS server, the Windows server. Microsoft does that. We'll show you the basics of setting that up, publishing applications, and then how you actually run those applications on the desktops and the devices of the machine. So we're going to cover all of this in our introduction to Azure course here, and you'll be able to see not only information about each component of Azure, but you'll also see hands-on demos and some of these things in action to give you a much better feel for what's going on with the Azure product. So we look forward to having you go through the course, and we'll talk to you in the next lesson.